Okay, YouTube. So today I'm going to just quickly talk about the Garmin Instinct Solar and is it worth it in 2023. Uh, as always, as I like to say, there are plenty of reviews, especially on such popular items. So I'm just going to give you my thoughts. I'm not going to review the item, as this is kind of an old model, and as I said, plenty of reviews. So just my thoughts. Okay, so here it is, straight in the box. You get the manual, safety information, and the cable. I don't remember if there was something else when I got it, but I don't think there was. Yeah, that battery life pretty accurate, I have to say, but we'll talk about battery later in the video. So the Garmin Instinct Solar, this is the first Instinct and that Garmin made, and I have to say it's a first of all, I have to mention this is by no way a sponsored video. I just love Garmin watches, and I'm giving my honest thoughts. I used to use and wear Casio watches, specifically G-Shocks, all the time, and then I found this one, and I wore it for maybe a year or so, constantly, and it's just the best watch I've ever used. Even now that I have the Phoenix 7X, and still, why do I have a stopwatch here? Anyway, even now with the Phoenix, I still feel nostalgic, and this thing just feels good to look at. Okay, so let's stop with the talking crap and wasting your time, and talk about the actual unit. So it's worth about 340 euros right now for a new unit. However, at that price you can buy a used Instinct 2 or 2X, approximately at that price, of course, not exactly like that. However, I have to say, maybe buying an Instinct, the first Instinct, brand new is not really a good option right now. However, if you can find it used in a good condition, that goes about 100 euros for the non-solar version and 150 euros for the solar, which is pretty damn good. Okay, so base functionality, as you can see and probably guess, since it's the first Instinct, the functionality is pretty basic. You can add certain glances or apps, I don't remember how they were called. In here, this is the body battery, and yeah, weather and stuff. And okay, that was stress, and this is the body battery. And you can add a lot of them. You can do that through your phone, of course. I think, actually, I'm not sure. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. I don't remember. Sorry. I think I've only done it through the watch. Anyway, so there is all these glances here. So of course you have the controls here, pretty useful. You have the moonrise. Now this is something I really like. Not that I use it a lot, I just like to have it. And for some reason they don't have it on the Phoenix, which is really weird. I had to download let me just see where it was. I had to download a certain third-party app, I think it was this one, yes, in order to be able to actually see the status of the moon. Like, why do they have this here and then they don't have it on the ultra expensive Phoenix 7X. Just doesn't make any sense. But anyway, got a flashlight. Of course, this is not a real flashlight. This is just lights up the screen, which actually does a pretty good job in dark places, especially during the night. Of course, it doesn't have a real flashlight like the Phoenix S up in here, but yeah, it can track different sports and it does a really good job doing that. It can navigate. Of course, the navigation is pretty rudimentary, nothing special, but still gets the job done. So I have to say it's actually a really good watch. Of course, it can give you notifications, and yeah, basically this is the watch face I used to constantly use. It has heart rate and the date, time, calories, steps, everything. Just so useful. Basic but really useful, and the display is just so good to read in any angle, any light, just perfect. Now, about customization, this is something that maybe this watch falls off a bit. You can only choose between those integrated faces, and that's about it. And you can customize certain elements, like what kind of data to show, but it's really basic. You can't do it through your phone and through the app, and yeah, that's something I've been kind of annoyed with it, because like, why not allow to customize the watch through the app? Why not do it? It just felt like they were not letting it go to the app, only so they can kind of force users to buy the new models. But anyway, the battery life, I haven't really noticed much use of the Solar, to be honest, unlike the Instinct Solar 2X, which can practically reach unlimited battery. This one, I think it helps the Solar, but it's not like it's going to charge it to full with just going on a walk every few days under the sun. So yeah, in the beginning, when it was brand new, I used it for about a year or a year and a half. When it was brand new, the battery lasted for maybe 20-25 days, something like that, depending on the sun. After heavy usage, it started lasting about 15 days or so, with the same usage I did in the beginning. What else to say? It's a really comfortable watch. It's about 15. I'm talking stupid things. It's about 45 millimeters wide, and it weighs about 53 grams. For a comparison, the Phoenix is 51 millimeters and it weighs 96 grams without the titanium bracelet. Now for the durability, ever since I bought it, I've put a glass protector right over here. It's really not that visible, and it's really cool. Doesn't get in the way of the sun. Yeah, I think it's necessary for this model. It's maybe not necessary for the sapphire screen of the Phoenix, but it's necessary for this one because it scratches really easy. Also, I've put a plug charger port cover here because I didn't want some things to go inside, but I'm not sure if this thing is actually necessary. I've read that it can trap water, so honestly not sure about that. Maybe don't use something like that. But anyway, it's pretty durable watch. Like, it's scary durable. It withstands a lot of abuse. I've went to with various harsh conditions. I've used it in various harsh conditions like sea, the beach. I've used it in saunas and steam baths and indoor pools and skis and everything. I've dropped it, I've hit it indoor frames. Oh boy, this watch has seen everything, and it's still like there's no damage. Okay, you can see some scratches here and there, but there's no damage on the actual watch. Maybe the battery got a little bit ruined from my visits to the sauna, but other than that, everything else is perfect. So the GPS, I honestly haven't used it much. From what I've seen, I've used the breadcrumbs mode, and maybe a few times like a hike or a walk with the GPS on. From what I've seen, it's pretty accurate, so if you're into that thing, this will get the job done. Of course, now to talk about functions and what it lacks the new functions the new Garmin's have, like the morning report. As I said, it's a pretty basic watch, but yeah, that's what you expect at that price range, honestly. But in conclusion, what can I say? It's a cheap, durable and reliable kind of a smartwatch. It can, if you're after something that's really cheap and really tough, and it has a really decent battery life, it looks good, and it can give you notifications with the vibration and everything. It also has an alarm and stuff, and you can keep track of your health with it. You can get your pulse and stuff. This is the watch for you because it's honestly really cheap. Of course, as I said, it's smaller than the Phoenix, although I'm not really sure if a difference can be made. But it's still a very good looking watch. I friggin' love it. I love how comfortable this is, and honestly, I have to say, I find the Phoenix, kind of uncomfortable compared to this one, because this one is heavier and bulkier, and when I run or do some training or boxing or stuff, this one kind of, I can feel it on my wrist, whereas this one I just totally forgot it was there. It's that light and comfortable. But all in all, as I said, great watch. That's pretty much all I can say about it. It's a great watch, it's cheap nowadays, and if you're after something like that, I'd say it's totally worth grabbing. Second hand though, I would suggest, because if you want a new Instinct, brand new Instinct, this version for just a few more euros or dollars, for just a little bit of a higher price, you can get the Instinct 2X, the new Instinct, and it doesn't make much sense to buy this one brand new. But if you can get it in a good condition second hand, then I'd say it's totally worth it. And it's almost a guarantee it will be in a good condition, because this thing is, I would say, indestructible, really. Like the abuse it has seen, and yeah, and the buttons feel nice to touch. Yeah, I kind of miss it, to be honest. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Be safe and stay healthy.